Boom, we are alive, ladies and gentlemen. This is Teal with the Arcane Bear. Thank you for joining us. I'm sorry I was sick for about a month, but I'm back. Today we're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin's price, talking about the future developments, where I think we're headed, how I think we're going to get there. We're currently cracking around 110,000, peaking into the previous all-time highs. And we're just going to jump right into it. We've been following this dynamic trading range for almost 240 days now. We are right at what appears to be the back end of this reaccumulation range. And that's important. Here you can see, I believe we are actually in a reaccumulation range already. I wanted to make a video about a week ago when they were dropping the bunker buster bombs on Iran, because it reminded me of something really important to understand. I had this adage fly through my mind, which was, is when they start dropping bombs, we open longs. I was like, oh, that's the perfect video title. It's the perfect video idea. Why does it make sense? Why does that adage work? Why does buying when there's blood in the streets make any sense? It's because human cognition, human emotion is always capitulating into fear and then trying to buy into greed. And one of the ways we help reduce some of that thought process is by following some of these indicators and these trading ranges. They've been very helpful. Now, again, I still think we're headed to the hundreds of thousands plus, and we're currently bumping into that multiple point resistance now. If we open up the stochastic RSI on the 6 hour, we have peaked out, but it can stay that way for quite some time. So on the bottom right of the channel here, the stochastic RSI has started to peak out. Now, there's a good argument that the other day when they dropped those bombs in Iran and there's that potential war between Israel and Iran, World War III, and everybody starts freaking out and, oh my God, the world's over. This is the perfect potential capitulation buy. This is where I wanted to make that video. I was just a little sick. We're moving to a place that's probably a little bit easier for me to make videos. Indonesia's been tough on me this last little bit. It's been without my regular gym and spa time. I'm just not as effective at anything else that I'm doing. But nonetheless, this peak moment of fear, we totally reset the stochastic RSI on the bigger time frames as well. We look like we're about to turn back up on the daily. So there is some reason to believe that we've actually already completed the spring, that this might have actually been the spring of this trading range. So why is that important? That's important for two reasons. Number one, we had led into this about a month, 2 months ago at the beginning of April from the Trump tariffs, which pushed us down to around 75,000. And since then, we're up to around 110,000. And I realize now that the world's biggest players, some of the biggest balance sheets, the biggest treasuries are starting to accumulate Bitcoin over and over again, realizing that there is no better asset to keep in your treasury. Recognizing that, I think actually Michael Saylor said it best, I only spend what I don't want to lose on Bitcoin. And that's a really helpful target. Now, we've been trading the altcoin space for many years and it's boded well, but as time goes on, the Bitcoin structure is just getting so good that to me, there's very little reason to trade even the venture style ideas. So we had done really well with Fetch in the past. If you've been following the channel for quite some time, that we had a multiple 100x gain on this about a year, 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, here's where it was. For the first start of the rally, and it just went absolutely absurd. Nobody really heard about anything AI, and we went from. So this is why we went from January 2023 to March 2024, up 4,476%. Monstrous run. Just in a year and a half there. And that's what was fun about the altcoin sector for many, many years. But now most of the ETFs seem to have sucked a lot of the playing power outside of the alternative digital asset space. And this just made it a lot less enjoyable for the gains. So Bitcoin, on the other hand, is giving us these perfect trading ranges and big ranges of possibility here. Somewhere between 10 to 12%, both on the up and down side. So I've been starting to play a bit more with leverage on the bottom of the ranges. Part of me still thinks we're going to see a lower recheck of 95,000. There's a reason for that. On the daily here, It's nice to have more than one test of the 314-day simple moving average, which is this blue one here, and the green one here is the 200-day simple moving average. So the 200-day simple moving average puts us around 95,000. Again, we tried to peek into that, which again, that may have been the spring, but part of me thinks with this big bad bill, a bunch of the other things that are coming up, that we actually want to come down one more time to retest. And then I think by that time, both the 314 and the 200 simple day moving averages should be around this 90 to $95,000 area. Peak capitulation with a few more drop bombs type feelings there, I think would be really, really nice to see. Again, that hope doesn't always leave me super confident. I'm holding and buying spot Bitcoin, but always looking for those supreme like 3 to 5x entries, really low risk. And with Bitcoin giving us these really nice, fairly solid 10 to 20% ranges, you don't want to play anything over that. Here, even in the previous range, we had wicks up as high as 30%. So if you had entered the wrong part of your trade at a 3x, you were still getting liquidated there. I will make more videos, again, going over the markets every Tuesday and Thursday. I'm back now. It was basically a month I fell off. It was crazy. It just got hit. Bang, 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 sickness, tooth, all these things. It wasn't feeling really great. So anyways, I'm looking for higher targets, but there's a part of me that really hopes we come down to retest these 200 and 340 14-day simple moving averages to really drive us home into new all-time highs. It would be really nice to see this. A potential of this whole range would be really awesome too. If we actually came all the way back down to 78,000, I would love that. I think that's probably too much to hope for, but it would be this idea that we're in a ginormous reaccumulation range right before Bitcoin goes for a bigger run, realizing again that we're up so high that this is a possibility, that we could actually be seeing the buying climax, the first shakeout, the secondary test, and still actually haven't even had a proper spring yet at this larger scale. Again, I'm not going to bet on that at this moment. It is a possibility. It's a possibility that I would love. I think a lot of people would love to see Bitcoin back at $80,000. We'd all go gung-ho crazy with our leverage plays again. But this play out is looking more significantly likely that we back check here and then we break out and then we go for the finality of this run. I always think it's going to happen sooner, and then it doesn't happen at the same point, but then it always happens somehow faster than I thought. We're already well over $100,000 and been holding that for quite some time. And I remember when Bitcoin was just $3,000, and we kept thinking the $100,000 Bitcoin parties are going to be insane, and they were. This is Tio with the Arcane Bear. I'm signing off for the rest of the day. I will be back, so I apologize to everyone. I'm not going to let this die. I just feel really bad for not showing up. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for supporting me. I've got some newsletters I'll be sending out. So if you haven't signed up for the free newsletter, go ahead, go to Arcane Bear, sign up for the free newsletter. The private email is going to be sent out here as well. I'm going to be back more consistent with things. I've just been, you know me, if you guys have been following the channel for a while, I get emotional and I'm a deeply creative and person, and sometimes I'm just following the whims of whatever is most interesting in that moment. And so again, I apologize for not being more consistent with the Bear family. I really want to. So back every Tuesday and Thursday. So here it is, your Tuesday or Thursday morning treat on July 3rd for when you're waking up. This is Tio with the Arcane Bear. I hope you guys have yourselves a wonderful day, and we'll see you on the next episode.